Hey, what's up, guys? Today we're going over the Greg Heffley and the seven deadly sins. There are seven sins: sloth, pride, greed, wrath, lust, envy, and gluttony. And we also know that Greg is a psychopath, which means he is not a very good person. So, and this he has committed all seven deadly sins in just the first, and that's just the third book. So let's get through them. As far as sloth, he never cleans up after stuff. Like, he has his mom do all his chores and picking up laundry for him. There was the one instance where where a TV remote. He was watching TV and the TV remote was just inches away from him, and he was like, like using the force, and because he didn't feel like getting it. He makes Rowley do his homework, including carrying him after school like a pack mule or something. He procrastinates at work. He's lazy at dance. He's lazy at soccer. Like, he just picks his daffodils instead of defending the goal. He doesn't want to try hard at Boy Scouts. He imagines Rowley as he and this new girl Trista's servant. He's just like, he's lazing there, and he's like, Rowley, why don't you go get us some more sodas? Yeah, he's just lazy. And then go on to pride. Now, Greg is arrogant, and he tells people to improve. Like, he tells his mom, "Hey, mom, I think you should work on chewing your potato chips more quietly." And then he writes. Pride is arrogance, right? He writes mean letters, degrading everyone else except him because Greg holds himself in the highest esteem. He brags about being a position called the shag, which the shag is basically someone who gets the ball out of bounds. But he thinks it's like a great honor or something to be the shag. He thinks he's smarter than everyone else at school. He's like, why are people so dumb? I don't understand. He expects, and also when he becomes a Boy Scout, he expects everyone to be, obedient to him. He's like, "Sir, yes, sir. At ease, I'm a Boy Scout." And let's go to envy. Now, there's not a lot of envy in this one, but one example is that these two soccer kids named Mackie and Manuel, they thought ahead when it was a cold day, and they brought like sleeping bags and stuff to keep them warm. But Greg, of course, didn't, because he's lazy and doesn't think things through, and he's impulsive. So then he's like, "Oh, come on, why did they get to why are they warm?" Now go on to greed. Now, Greg and Rowley made this kind of time capsule thing where they put stuff for the future. Greg puts in $3 and Rowley puts in like video games and toys and stuff like that. But then later on, Greg gets desperate and he digs up the time capsule and steals all the stuff that Rowley put in there for his own benefit because Greg wants it. Now we're going on to wrath. As in pride, Greg writes mean letters degrading others because he wants to be mean and hateful. He makes mean jokes about Shirag. In the previous book before this, he was making the I can't see Shirag, and now he's doing hey, I don't think Shirag can hear us, so he talk quietly. It makes a mean joke. I feel bad for the Shirag. He also humiliates Roderick by taking a photo of him getting a haircut by his mom. But Greg wants to just humiliate him for the sake of being mean. And then lust. This is another key thing of Greg. Greg doesn't know what it's like to actually love someone, but he knows how to lust and you think short term and stuff. But anyway, there's this one girl in this class whose name's Natasha, and Natasha, Greg has a bit of a crush on. But you think that it wouldn't be that much, but no. Greg decides to write like an over the top love letter, basically. That's not something you do to someone you kind of like. Now, Greg and Riley has a sleepover, and Greg decides to go because he knows that at the house next door, that's Holly Hills, he only goes with Rowley so he can spy on Holly Hills. And he also went. Holly wrote a nice letter like "Stay cute," stuff like that to Rowley. Greg feels threatened by this because he wants Holly all to himself, so he sabotages the yearbook and says, "Oh, sorry, Holly, I'm Slick," which is an alternate ego of Rowley. He's like, "Oh, sorry, I only think of you as a friend." And so yeah, Greg sabotaged Holly's attempts to get to know Rowley better because Greg wants her all to himself. And then the new girl I mentioned earlier, Trista. Greg instantly fantasizes about, you know, him and her. If you just know someone, I mean, it's not at that level to be fantasizing about them instantaneously. And then the last one, gluttony. Um, he just is impulsive with money, and he spends all of his money on junk, and then expects more money from his parents. So yeah, you can tell that Greg is a psychopath. He's not perfect, but he also fills out seven of the seven deadly sins. Thanks for watching, guys.